Welcome back. We're working in Module 10 and we're talking about formatting your worksheets in this module. We're all the way down now to Section 3 where I want to talk to you a little bit about borders and shading. Often people ask me, how do you print the boxes that are around each cell? Remember that those are called grid lines and they don't normally print. If you want them to print, you have to actually select the cells you'd like to put borders around and then apply borders. The shading is actually going to be the color or whatever you put inside of the object. Let me show you a little bit about how to use borders and shading to enhance your workbooks. The first thing you need to know is that borders are always around just your selection. Let's say that I'd like to put a border around all of my totals, averages, and highs here, just like a big box around these so they stand out a little bit. Your borders button is going to be under your font grouping here, and you'll see the drop down where you've got different types of borders you can apply. Notice you can put a bottom border on. That would be just on the bottom of the selection, not each cell in the selection. I can put just a top border, just a left or a right. The no border option is the one you choose if you do apply a border and then you don't like it, you can set it back to no borders. The all borders choice that I'll choose in this case will actually put a border around each cell in your selection. Let's say I don't like that. I really want a border just around the actual selection itself, like a box. I would go back and I would choose no border to take it off, and then I would go back and choose either outside or thick outside border. And this one is the thick outside border, and that will print. Your other choices that you have here, you're going to have a choice to put a bottom double border, maybe a thick bottom. You've got a top and bottom, a thick top and bottom, and then top double border. A good example of a bottom double would be this. Let's say under the last name here, I go back and put a bottom double border, and that would look like this. The next thing I want to talk about real quick is your shading. I'm going to go ahead and select the same area, and if you see this bucket of paint, this is your shading. Your shading is the color or whatever you decide to put in the background of your cells. Let's say that I want to choose a really light color, like maybe I want this blue right here. And I can just choose that and click away from it, and now you can see that I've got black text and a blue background. Now you're always going to have more options if you go through the little arrow on the bottom right corner of your font grouping. I'm going to click there, and notice that when it takes us in here, it doesn't take me directly to the border tab. I'm going to have to click on it. I've got a lot of extra options here that I don't have with my button on the ribbon there. And the first one is the style of box that I have. Instead of just a straight line, I can choose any of these different styles, and I can also pick a color for my border. Now if you pick a style and a color and you just click OK, nothing's going to happen because you have to go over in this preview and click on the borders you want to be that style and color. So notice that I could actually make all four sides different if that's really what I wanted to do. Notice I've just changed my style and color, and now I've made top and bottom look different. I'm going to click OK and then click away from it so you can see what you've got. Let's go back in there. I'm going back to the arrow under the font grouping. I'm going to the border tab. And now I want to go over to the fill tab real quick because I want to show you that instead of just picking a color, I can do a couple of fill effects or use a pattern. Here's the different colors that we can choose from, and here's fill effects. Fill effects allow you to mix and match two colors. Let's say you want to use this yellow, and maybe we want to use this particular bluish gray color. Now that I've got two colors, I can also tell Excel how to shade those colors within my selection there. I can have them go horizontal, vertical, diagonal, up or down, from the corner, or from the center. I'll choose from the center and click OK. And now you'll see that you've got this little patterned effect. Now you also had another option with the fill. I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to click the arrow to the right of font. I'm going to the fill tab, and I can also pick a pattern. If you choose a pattern, you're going to be picking a pattern from this drop down here, and then you're going to be picking a pattern color. That means the color of the dot itself or the stripe itself that you see in that pattern. And then click OK, and now you'll see that you've got a little patterned effect. So you can get really creative with all of this. Now I wanted to show you one more thing you can do with borders, because you can actually draw your own borders. If I go back to my border tool here, you have a whole section down at the bottom that says Draw Border. And notice you've got some buttons where you can draw the border, you've got an eraser, a line color, all of that stuff. I'm going to click on Draw Border. And notice my mouse now looks like a little pencil. And I can click and drag to create any borders that I would like. Notice that I can drag down if I want, or I can drag back this way. But what's cool about this is I can create a little patterned effect if I like that looks something like this. And that way I'm not stuck with straight borders that go on top and bottom, left and right. Now I do have options to change the pen color. If I go back up here, I can come down and choose the option that says line color, which is your actual pen color. And let's say I make it green. Notice now if I wanted, I could go down and I have a new color here I'm working with. Now let's say you get a line like that and you want to erase it. All you have to do is go back to your borders tool, grab the eraser border, and you just drag across that line you drew, and that will actually erase it. And then you can turn your mouse back to the pen if you want, and that way you can use it to draw again. So that's how that's going to work. You're going to be able to draw your own borders. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up this section on borders and shading. We need to move on and talk about formatting as tables.